Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Making this video isn't easy. First of all, today's protagonist, the 2020 Subharmonicon, combines technology that belongs in a museum for a reason, and I'm not even talking about it being an analog Moog Synth. And secondly, fellow Viennese synth aficionado Tom of Synth Anatomy, thanks for saving the Bad Gear supply chain once again, handed it to me in a Eurorack enclosure and added a little gimmick. At the first glance, Subharmonicon is ticking all the 4,000-word essay about the cultural significance of 1930s technology like the Trautonium and Rhythmicon and their use in 21st century products with a strong focus on squeezing as much money as possible from a 2010s modular hipster demographic is due until Tuesday boxes. It's true, this little synth is standing on the shoulders of giants. 6 oscillators are combined to 2 identical groups, consisting of 1 main VCO and 2 subs, which are tuned to fractions of the main oscillator ranging from half to 16th. Resulting in scales only Heinbach can love. As mentioned before, this approach goes back to the Trautonium of Hitchcock the Bird's fame, and if you haven't checked out either Oskar Sala's works or Ludowic's great videos, you totally should. These oscillators can be set to the usual saws, squares, or a combination of both, the latter allowing for some super quirky PWM. This rich buffet of old-school frequency clusters is fed through a ladder filter and VCA with a basic AD envelope each. That's all. No LFOs, portamento is dearly missed, and there are no bandpass filters Trautonium connoisseurs might have expected from an instrument like this. However, Moog included yet another primordial twist inspired by the arcane Rhythmicon, which I honestly didn't notice being used in the Dr. Strangelove soundtrack. 2, yes, you've heard that right, 4-step sequences controlled by Walker-worthy mini knobs can be assigned to the main oscillator pitch and/or the integer by which its frequency is divided to determine sub-frequencies. You can't link them or modulate one with the other, but there are 4 so-called rhythms which are quite similar to the relationship between fundamental and subharmonics, fractions of the main clock, pushing the sequencer of your choice forward in mysterious ways. The way in which the sequencers determine oscillator pitch can be influenced further by dialing in the octave range you want to operate in. And you can either use an equally tempered scale or go full-on pre-16th century swag with just intonation. There's a dedicated trigger button that, in combination with the next button, allows for pre-listening of sequencer steps. And feel free to set the envelopes to drone mode. Driving your family insane has never been easier. You can tap into this ancient sequencer goodness and the simple Synth Engine via the no-frills patch field, and there's rudimentary Midi implementation. Just like its sibling, Subharmonicon is sold in a nice enclosure, but it is, quite obviously, fully Eurorack compatible, and I won't even try to resist the temptation of this happy nerding FX8, Tom included, to lure me into the abyss that is modular synthesis. Subharmonicon was Moog's attempt to push forward innovation by implementing 80-year-old tech. Will it open up new ways of making music, or is it just another bleep bloop machine? You have already heard the synth in today's intro tune. The envelope behavior is clearly not designed for DAW control, and I had to fit a polymeter in there somehow. Speaking of which, time for a little pre-RTFM techno jam. Definitely not my most exciting jam, but you get the idea. Simple yet aesthetically pleasing tones, weird patterns, and you can introduce analog FM easily with a few patch cables. The Synth Engine is a limiting factor here. Let's go as modular as possible without actually going modular. That's more like it. Teaming it up with your mother is a great way to work around the limitations of both instruments, and the more abstract sounds benefit from added effects. I wanna know if we can fit all this obscure synth madness with its strange tunings into a real arrangement like this involuntarily minimalist electro banger, soul-crushing scale Ogeddon, and perilous Polymeter. Subharmonicon hit a nerve when it was released around 5 years ago. A prestigious manufacturer rediscovering historic music-making strategies and offering them for a somewhat affordable price. That being said, the brand's reputation has suffered since then, and it has dawned on most casual synth enjoyers that you might have to go deeper down the modular rabbit hole to get sustainably interesting results from a bare-bones instrument like this. If you, however, are looking for unadorned industry standard bleeps and bloops that will only be in tune with the rest of your setup due to mere coincidence,
except no substitutes.
Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and use one of the links down below to support the channel regardless of what your gas commands you to buy.